Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, um, let us take a look to the market and see if we can find anything useful at the moment. It looks very, very ugly in my opinion because not only Bitcoin is responding very weak, also SPY in my opinion, bears are here totally in control of the market. And I don't think we will see, even I was expecting that many times, but you see here right now, for example, what's happening. I mean, DXY is dumping right now. I was mentioning that formation then go up. Now I think it's going to go down again. And then we need to see, in my opinion, it will go even up to 108. And what at the same time SPY is doing is just it's not just weak, it's a nightmare. And it will take down Bitcoin with it. That's what we can see right now. It's incredible. It's really wow. I don't have any words for what I'm seeing right now. Um, yeah, I'm really surprised about everything what's happening at the moment because the markets bulls just capitulate. It seems. Well, I have mentioned I have called yesterday. Hey, I'm going. I'm going to long the market because. And that's why I always say my personal conclusion, be very careful because one thing is the data. The data never lies. The data is unbiased. The data shows you the truth. That's, I can interpret the data. That's one thing. But when you have your job done, you need to put the pieces, like in a puzzle to make a complete picture. That's the personal conclusion. And then it starts, and that's my personal conclusion, my personal opinion based on experience, but I'm not 100 years old. So the market situation and conditions we are seeing right now, I didn't see such market conditions in the past in my whole life. I didn't see that. So, my personal opinion, my personal conclusion also have the idea of only down doesn't exist. So we can't go down just straight like, it's impossible. So sometimes the market needs to go up a little bit again. That was what I was expecting yesterday. I said I'm not expecting nothing big, but at least the dead cat bounce to 21k and then dump afterwards even more because of the wealth ratio and so on and so forth. Didn't happen. I went short very quick today in the morning when I just noticed that the wealth ratio 30 days moving average. We will take a look um, to the data just in few minutes, or no, in just a minute, and that the market maker was very active again, and that was where I just placed a short and a very good one because it was really just minutes before we have started to dump. So I was wrong. I see CryptoQuant alert 2,300 bitcoins to Coinbase. So they are still preparing and a big. That's nothing. That's just a foretaste, it seems, of what is going to happen. Um, so, however, I just want to make clear, and I said that many times in the past, never trade my personal conclusion because I'm not 100% perfect. So just take into account my data the interpretation of the data, but at the same time make your own conclusions. That's really, really, really important that you make your own conclusions and just based on that start to trade. It's really important. So, let us check what's happening to the markets, and we will see if we can figure out what's going to happen next. As you see, I mean, wow, DXY, I have forecasted, I predicted that that's going to happen. I don't like to say always, I'm predicting that because that sounds so arrogant. So, yeah, I don't like that. However, I just did it. I said many were expecting the XY would almost crash. I don't know why they thought that, but you see that SPY is reacting again very sensitive, really very sensitive to DXY at the moment. If SPY don't hold here, it will go down. You remember I have said our target for the next few days is 375. Well, 375. And now the next target, and now many of you will say, oh, come on, Inspo, no. But yes, I think the next target, the next bearish target related to SPY is 360. So we will see in the next few days, in my opinion, yeah, a big. I really hope that we can go up a little bit more, just to retrace a little bit because I'm still expecting the XY will go down maybe just to bounce here and go up again. That could give SPY now a little bit of breath to go up a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't look good because SPY, just taking into account what's happening here, it really doesn't look good. They are pushing down and even more down, more down, more down. However, let us go forward and take a look what's happening here. I have mentioned that on Twitter that we have reached a new top since month of the wealth ratio 30 days moving average, a very powerful indicator because it's just indicating the whales sentiment, indicating they are extremely bearish and they are sending more bitcoins to the exchanges. Usually that has an impact to the price, like we had when we have started just to rise the whales ratio up, the price have started to decline even more. Now we dumped in weights ratio and now we are going up again. That's what we also can see illustrated in the chart. We went up and next we will go even more down. And that's at least what I can see here, and that's something we should have in mind. So if we take now a look to, well, what happened here? I don't know. If we take a look, for example, right now to the weights ratio 1 hour time frame, we see here a big part that's indicating they sent a lot of bitcoins, or at least whales sent bitcoins to the exchanges, always in sequences, as you see here or here, and every time it has an impact, just because this market is just driven by less market actors, and we are okay. Now we had our breakout, Jesus Christ, of 19K again, and we are going even lower. Um, that's just insane. That's just wow. Take a look to that. Wow, that's really insane. Just because, and I show you why. Because people are still in disbelief, like me. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I really sometimes think that's not possible. That's not, but it is. It's the market. It's not, you know. Well, so what we see here is that the Wells ratio 1 hour time frame is lifted up even here much more, and now it's declining a little bit, indicating they're sending less stable bitcoins to the exchanges, to spot exchanges. At the same time, the stablecoin supply is even declining more. So just people really leaving the market. While the stablecoin reserves on exchanges lifted up, it's now declining again. So some money came in and it's leaving again. And that's it. So let us take a look to the future market and to the floor activities. Wow. So if we take a look here, we see that the last big volume related to spot inflows was five hours ago, and that was 2,000 bitcoins. So nothing big. We can see here big inflow in stablecoins, but at the same time outflow. So that correlates sometimes, as mentioned several times, like here, like here, like here. However, you know, stablecoins, you can use stablecoins for different matters. So not only just to buy Bitcoin, but also, for example, to buy different alts. So we need to have that in mind, right? So it's not just one thing. And yeah, we need to be careful reading this data. However, not big inflows came in. We had just those 17,000 bitcoins just a few days ago, and since then, as you see, the Bitcoin inflows just declined a lot. However, I was expecting such kind of move just because they were accumulating bitcoins, and I mentioned yesterday my theory: if they are shorting at the same time, for example, it's a big problem because we wouldn't see that if they use their gains to push the market more down, for example. I think that's partly, or it's part of their strategy exactly to do that. Well, then let us take a look to the outflows, and we see here even those just reduced a lot. However, 4,000, 3,800, 5,000, and so on and so forth. Of course, we never know who is sending these bitcoins to the exchanges and who is withdrawing these bitcoins to from the exchanges. Sometimes, like Binance announced, for example, just a few weeks ago, they bought 40,000 bitcoins. Maybe they're still buying it. We really don't know that. So let us take a look to the future market. So let us take a look now to the future market and what's happening there, because you know, um, yeah, uh, what I see, wow. I mean, people were shorting, demanding more shorts than longs. That's the only thing that the funding rate is indicating us. So it's not saying that we still have more longs or more shorts on Binance. It's just indicating us that they are just demanding more. At the same time, we see that the open interest here, for example, declined, so they liquidated and some just to profit, and so that's why the open interest declined. And leverage ratio, wow, I think that's a new all-time high. I mean, that's just crazy. That's really just crazy. I mean, I woke up today and I was longing with a stop loss. It didn't trigger my stop loss overnight because it was very flat, very, absolutely not volatile at all. And I just, that was really few minutes before the nuke, and every morning the first thing I check is the West ratio 30 days moving average, and at the same time uh, the the market maker. And then I say, oh Jesus, something is going to happen. Overnight it wasn't absolutely bullish, and something big is going to happen. So the first step I did then is just to place my short, and I forgot to adjust my my leverage. Well, I was lucky twice because first of all because it was just before the dump, and at the same time I'm shorting with a leverage of 25, something I never do. I just did that with my long, and also here I was lucky that they didn't nuke overnight, because even with a stop loss, that the loss would be not that small. But yeah, so at the moment, yeah, I'm doing here 170%, so it doesn't feel that bad. So it was very lucky. Sometimes leverage ratio could be nice, a higher leverage, but 25 I would never use under that market conditions like today to use such a high leverage, to be honest. Well, sometimes that happens. However, also here maintains very flat stablecoin inflows to derivative exchanges. That's something that's really wondering me why that's happening. But we see based on bitcoins to derivative exchanges just really a higher activity, indicating they sent a lot of bitcoins here. I have mentioned that yesterday we had here 11,000 bitcoins, partly also from the market maker. And here we see withdraw 7,000 bitcoin and another 4,000 bitcoin. So they are taking profit, it seems. And we need to be very careful always at the moment, because right now everything can happen, I mean, we can go up again, just for example to 20K, wait there, and maybe even go up more, or just go, you know dump afterwards more. As long the voice ratio 30 days moving average, as long the market maker is not accumulating, I would be very, 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 very careful being bullish. I like to trade the swings. I wouldn't expect to go back to 30K tomorrow or this week or even maybe next week. We need to check the market every day. But, you know, I'm at least trying. I'm using two different accounts, two different exchanges. One is absolutely bearish, the other one is bullish. So with one account I'm longing, with the other account I'm shorting. And yeah, just to trade sometimes the swing, it's not that easy at the moment, really not, because any kind of indicator is not working. Many are saying, oh, we are oversold, and we dump even more. It doesn't care, so be very careful. Let us take a look and refresh. That was this morning. Yeah, you can see that. So many have started, even Bitfinex reduced their longs. Interesting. Many just started to long again, less shorts, even here on Ethereum. If we take a look now, we will see what happens here. Oh, even less. That's incredible. Usually, and that that happens last year at 30K, at 29 or something, people flip to extremely shorts, and that's not happening. They are in disbelief, it seems. They still think we're going up afterwards, or they try what I'm trying, is just to trade the swing. Maybe that's also possible. Wow, just wow. Okay, so we are talking about 60 to 40. That's not bad at all, to be honest. That's really not bad at all. So we need to see. Let us take a look to the Kingfisher. Monsieur Kingfisher, give me please the latest chart. It takes a little bit. While we can, that's also wondering me why Bitfinex longs are disappearing at the moment. I mean, we had 2,200,000,000 or something, so 10% less. That's not bad, but 46 million in shorts. That's just a big joke. That's really just a joke. I will never understand how that works. And here we go. We have now another one, but we still have this big, big, big short here. We still have it. We still have it. Even that here looks like, you know, I mean, just one big position and that's it. So that's Binance. Let's just take a look to FTX. And it wouldn't surprise me if this position maintains there as well. As long that position maintains there, I think we can short. It takes, as usual, a little bit, you know that. So, oh, that's so incredible. But look, that's they are just shorting even more. They are shorting even more. If we take that here, now back to Binance. Oh, yeah, sorry. Now again to Binance. Let us take a look. That's going to be very, very exciting now. Come on, Kingfisher! That's really insane that FTX and Binance has exact the same position. Exact the same position, the same profile. Wow. So we will not see 20k at the moment. They will protect that. So, well, okay. Good to know. And it wouldn't wonder me if they going to start here to bring a new position, a new position, a new position. Mm, and yeah, I really don't know what they are doing with that. If they are just really shorting and they will take profit later on, or we will see. Let us take a look to options. So what we see here is this CBD, and let us take a look here. What we see again is what FTX since few months loves to do quick accumulation to dump afterwards. And the market maker, of course, using multi-channel to push the price down with Bitcoin collateral, stablecoin collateral futures, and at the same time, of course, their spot. Also here using different exchanges, we can take a look what happens to the other exchanges and even instruments. So we have here Gemini right now. If we check Gemini, for example, um, yeah, was absolutely nothing big here. If we check, for example, now Binance, we will see that Binance is selling and distributing all the time. I mean, since June 25th, almost 10,000 and no, 12,000 in CBD. That's really a lot. So they are still selling, and wow, if I wouldn't have a positive crypto bias, I would say these guys know something that, the market is going to crash and they want to exit, because that's just, they are selling at 21,000 as much as they can. That's, wow, that's just crazy. Wow, Coinbase buying and buying and buying and buying all the time, all the time, all the time. I don't know how that works. At least that's what the CBD is indicating. So, and then we have Bitfinex. Let's take a look to Bitfinex. That's going to be very interesting. Okay, that's exactly the same like FTX. Different timing, 10:30, 10:11, but almost the same. Also accumulated to dump afterwards. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Huh. Is someone using Bitfinex right now as well? And we have here, and that's the perp version of Binance. If we go here, we can see that, the funding rate declines a lot. So it went down extremely. And as you see, that's really crazy what they are doing. So if we check now here our market maker, and he was involved in that big, we had a fund flow here of 13,000 bitcoins. So he was involved in, as usual, in the whole preparation. I think it's still ongoing. We are not done here. We are talking about much less volume, as you can see, because last time he uses a lot of Bitcoin to do what he wanted to do. In my opinion, from here, he started to prepare that what we are seeing right now, and now we are in action, but in my opinion, we are not done yet. If we take a look here, we will also check what's happening. The market maker reduced once again his balances by 20,000 since yesterday. It seems it lifted up. It was 5,030,000. Now it's indicating 5,040,000. So it looks like he lifted up his balance, or raised his balances just a little bit. If we check, for example, these guys, I wouldn't say, it looks like they have started to accumulate, and these guys have stopped a little bit. Looks like they are waiting, have started to accumulate. Retailers buying as much as they can to become billionaires just in a few months. I'm joking, of course. And little or big retailers or little whales are selling now, and that's really interesting. But it's not accurate. We need to see, because last time they did something similar, and that was, I guess, also just because of the dump. Now, we are dumping again, and they are showing exactly the same reaction. Doesn't mean they are not going to buy more afterwards. That's it. Let me check. Yeah, that's it. Let us take a look to the exchange walls. So let us take a look. We are here on Coinbase. As you see, I mean, that's usually some spoofing activity, but it looks like someone is trying to push the price below of 90,000 while they are trying to push the price up. Very interesting what they are doing. However, I mean, we have a lot of different orders here. The lowest one is at $10,000. That's a lot. The next one would be at 18, and yeah, so we really need to see um, how far they want to go. And the next one will be here at 18.5, then at 18 it's a big one, another one at 17.5, and then of course at 17, but nothing big at the moment. No. No, it seems they want to let the price go up a bit. There a bit. Nothing still up, waiting, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bitstamp. Bitstamp limiting at 26, at 21.6, sorry. And the next wall, big wall would be at 15. Binance Spot. Yeah, they let the price go up now just to liquidate some shorts, but you know, they will not let the price go up to 20k. It seems just based on what we have seen, related to the big short position there. So I'm longing now since 18.9, and I think I will just take profit, just very, I don't know, if we can go to 19.4 or something. That's what I mean with the swings. Swings can do 20-30% in really few minutes sometimes. And also here 18,000 and 17,000. So we have some walls there waiting, but a lot more, of course, as you can see. They are here limiting at 23.8. I mean, bear markets are long and painful if you are not prepared. If we go up, don't expect the next bull run. We will check, as you know, I mentioned and announced that on Twitter, and I will see if they are, you know, buying and like last year or just really just using futures to push the price up. So we still have here on Bitfinex spot at 23k. And you see also here they want to maintain the price below Bitfinex spot. So also very interesting because they are partly the exchange that's manipulating the price to the downside. It seems they did exactly the same like FTX. They both here to sell afterwards. And that's nothing that has anything to do with profit. You don't buy the top to sell afterwards. Doesn't make sense. So FTX perp, also here you can see they don't want to let the price go up. 21, it's protecting the big short position we have there, and 17 is the next FTX. Look here. That looks very interesting, doesn't it? Look that here. Volume, 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 one wall, a big one, another one, that's it. So maybe go down and then up. Oh, would be also an interesting scenario, to be honest. We take a look here. We have 550 bitcoins waiting there between at 17.1 and 16.4, and then a lot of volume here waiting. I mean, a lot compared. I mean, we are talking about FTX perp now. Kraken spot doing exactly the same like FTX at 21 and 22 and 18, and look, a lot here at 17 as well. Hmm. Maybe the bottom is in. Maybe the bottom is in. Too early just to say, but looks really like these guys are expecting a double bottom. 17.2 here, the next, also here on BitMEX, the next wall. Nothing up, nothing big. Bitfinex derivatives, a lot of volume here. I mean, compared, that's Bitfinex. Kraken futures. Kraken futures waiting here, as you see, but nothing big. No. FTX spot. FTX spot waiting at 21. Not protecting the 20k. Well, it's 21 150. 21 150. That would, no, that's not possible. They are not protecting it. That's really interesting. Why not? I would expect such kind of limitations here somewhere, but they are not doing it. So the next big wall, 17. And again, and we have here a lot, but why at 17? That matches to the options. Wall, wall, volume. Why there? Just because, let us take a look. Last time? No. Last time we went here, it seems they are expecting even to go lower. That wouldn't be a double bottom then. Interesting. What are they expecting? But that matches very well to what we have seen related to options as well. Because 17, they had some strikes at 15 and 16, so that would match very well. Interesting, interesting. Oh, but Atom, that's not really interesting for us, but Binance futures, and we have at 15,600 the next big wall. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. I mean, also here you see they are really trying and pushing the price down here with these orders, while they are here pushing the price up. And right now, more up than down, but the price should maintain that level at the moment. Yeah, and that's it. Let us talk about my personal conclusion.